get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this, leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. Spark that fight, light it up. Full set, every damn night. Trash talk, we good, we love the static. PGR light, this leaves volcanic. Light it up, spark that fight, light it up. Full set, every damn night. PGR in the rear view, nothing touch. Light it up, underdogs with a death wish drift. Light it up, checker flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this, leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. Light it up, full set, every damn night. Track. Let it up! Lit fuse, no brakes, we don't play safe. Back in the pack, now we punching in the main stage. Draft team cut low like a blaze. Great slide jumps hit like an 808 bass wave. Rip it, break it, burn it down. Roll dust in the crowd. Light it up, we don't stop, we blow past record clutch. Rip it, break it, burn it down. PGR in the rear view now, they ain't touch. Light it up, in the rear view now, they ain't touch. Light it up, underdogs with a death wish drift. Light it up, checker flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this, leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. Spark that fight, light it up. Full set, every damn night. Trash talk, we good, we love the static. PGR light, this leaves volcanic. Light it up, spark that fight, light it up. Full set, every damn night. PGR in the rear view, nothing touch. Light it up, underdogs with a death wish drift. Light it up, checker flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this, leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. Light it up, full set, every damn night. Track. Let it up! Lit fuse, no brakes, we don't play safe. Back in the pack, now we punching in the main stage. Draft team cut low like a blaze. Great slide jumps hit like an 808 bass wave. Rip it, break it, burn it down. Roll dust in the crowd. Light it up, we don't stop, we blow past record clutch. Rip it, break it, burn it down. PGR in the rear view now, they ain't touch. Light it up, in the rear view now, they ain't touch. Light it up, underdogs with a death wish drift. Light it up, checker flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. Spark that fight, light it up. Full set, every damn night. Trash talk, we good, we love the static. PGR light, this leaves volcanic. Light it up, spark that fight, light it up. Full set, every damn night. We don't stop, we blow past wreck or clutch. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past wreck or clutch. Light it up. PGR in the rear view, nothing touch. Light it up. Underdogs with a death wish drift. Light it up. Checker flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. Light it up. Full set, every damn night. Track. To the right side. Fast lane misfits. Left side crash down. PGR. Light it up. Fuse, no brakes, we don't play safe. Back in the pack, now we punching in the main stage. Draft team cut low like a blaze. Great slide jumps hit like an 808 bass wave. Rip it, break it, burn it down. Low roll, just take control. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past wreck or clutch. Light it, break it, burn it down. PGR in the rear view now. They ain't touch. Light it up. On the rear view now, they ain't touch. Light it up. Underdogs with a death wish drift. Light it up. Check your flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. Spark that fight, light it up. Full set, every damn night. Trash talk, we good, we love the static. PGR light, this leaves volcanic. Light it up, spark that fight, light it up. Full set, every damn night. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past wreck or clutch. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past wreck or clutch. Light it up. PGR in the rear view, nothing touch. Light it up. Underdogs with a death wish drift. Light it up. Checker flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk.
Welcome in, everybody, to race number 8 of the PGR Lite Series Season number 2 Playoffs. Race number 1. Tonight is the round of 10, and we will whittle that down to a round of 8 directly after this. We appreciate you tuning in to tonight's event here of the PGR Lite Series. It's definitely going to be a fun one. And also, y'all tell us how'd you enjoy that new music right there, thanks to our very own Trevor Ozradoff up here in the booth with us tonight, and we'll get to him shortly. But for now, let's go ahead and take you to the starting grid for tonight's round of 10 in the VRX PGR Lite Series. Wyatt Gray starting on pole, sponsored in by John Ward for the entire season. Mark Von Dell from McCullough Motorsports to his outside in second. Sean Corbett will be third. Casey Sprinkle fourth. Steve Sizemore fifth. Brian Hennings will be sixth. Chase Mastretta seventh. Austin Green eighth. Jared Haynes ninth. And John Darnell the third will round out the top 10 here tonight. James Waring for Take a Pros will be starting in 11th. 12th place will be Hunter Hastings for the Roughneck Boys. Asher Little, 13th. Cameron Craighead, 14th. Christopher Carter, 15th. Chris Melton, 16th. Jackson Byes, 17th. Evan Carlbon for the Jack Shack in 18th. Freddie Bazinez, 19th. And Cameron Hackett will be starting 20th. Richard Elliott will be starting 21st. Matthew Stallnick, 22nd. Michael Barksdale, 23rd. Quentin Steinbach, 24th. 25th will be Sean Hilkowitz, Elijah Palmetter, 26th, Axel Smith, 27th, Tucker McClendon, 28th, Grant Gutter, 29th, and Nick Seipel will start in 30th. Nash Brambilla for Team PGR starting in 31st, Stephen Miles, 32nd, Joshua McCullough, 33rd, Brock Westmoreland for Team PGR, 34th, Danny Barnes, 35th, James Wagner in 36th, and Austin B. Floyd will round out tonight's field starting in the 37th position here tonight. So, Trev, I'll go ahead and get to you real quick. It's first round of the playoffs. What do we think we're going to see here tonight?
Oh, man, you already know you're going to see a lot of chaos tonight. I'm predicting to see a lot of guys take every single run, especially in this car, man. These cars have ginormous runs. You're going to see people getting pushed through. You're going to see the bottom line link up on the bottom, a lot of tandeming at times, and you're going to see a lot of, as we like to say, side sucking, the old side draft, catching that right rear and pulling that line back. So I'm hoping to see a great race tonight. I mean, following up on last week's race, phenomenal racing last week. So let's hope and see we get a little green flag action here. And I can't wait to go green, baby. I'm ready. You told me you said, Trev, I need you to drink this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a little shout out to Landon for putting me on this Busch Light Apple. So that's what we're drinking tonight. And hey, baby, I'm ready. I'm rocking. I'm ready to load and. I'm ready to get it going. Oh, and I have to say that thing. Remember I told you? We're going to say that thing tonight at the start. So that's what we're getting to here as we're under pace laps.
Well, a few things before that. Don't worry, Trev's not going to be as bad as Mike was the other night for that broadcast. Do not worry about that. Second off, looking at the leaderboard, you see there are some drivers in green and some drivers in red. The drivers in green are already locked into the round of 8. They are winners this season. The ones in red are 5 drivers fighting for 3 spots here tonight. Also, before we go green, I have been very sick for the past few days, so if you hear me start coughing or something sounds weird with me, please just ignore it because there's really not much I can do about it right now. The pace car is in, and Trev, take it away.
Pace car is in. There we're going to take it here to the flag, ladies and gentlemen. It's the VRX Lite Series. It's time to light it up, baby.
Green flag in the air and already scrambling on the start. Look at the back of the field. Lots going on. It looked like the 52 car, Chris Melton, and the yellow flag already in the air. There's Nash Brambilla. That's the 10 of Grant Gutter. Michael Barksdale. Does Sean Corbett get a piece of this? That's actually Joshua McCullough. And how fitting that is, Trev. Our debut with a new catchphrase of the PGR Lite Series. And we don't even make it to turn number 1. That is a shame. Let's go ahead and turn this race audio on as well for everyone to hear that.
Baker to teach us how to run restarts.
Let's go back and take a look at what brought out this first yellow flag. We're going to keep it focused back here. There it is, the 12 car getting spun around right there. Trying to see who that actually is. That's going to be Elijah Palmetter down into the 48 of, I believe, is that Cameron Craighead?
Thanks.
Looks like it.
Playoff driver here tonight, as well into the 29 machine of Michael Barksdale, and he's going to get hit by Grant Gutter.
Your front end
And it's just going to sort itself out from there. Let's go back and see if we can focus this on the 12 machine.
Thank you.
Of Elijah Palmetter. Is that the 22 of Quentin Steinbach, too? Might be getting a piece of this one. We'll take it up top, see if we can get a better view real quick of this. I mean, there's really just a huge stack up. You see the 78 of Evan Carlbon, the 52 of Chris Melton up at the left side of your screen. That causes the stack up. The Quentin Steinbach checks up really, really hard, and really not much the 12 of Elijah Palmetter could do there. But Tucker McClendon's going to get into him. He's going to get away, it looks like, scot-free from this, so that is good for Tucker. But outside of that, I mean, Michael Barksdale, innocent victim in this, is Hilkowitz. Is he out of this race already? I'm not sure. He might have gotten a piece of this. Oh, yeah, that's Hilkowitz, excuse me. That's not Cameron Craighead. We usually see Cameron Craighead in the 48 machine, but I'm thinking Hillquist is just kind of blinking out on the screen right there because his damage is perfectly A-OK on that machine. Well, early yellow flag here, and, well, Trev, I really just hope that doesn't start the trend of maybe what this race is going to be here tonight.
Oh, brother, you always got to have faith. I'm hoping these boys are going to clean it up. Tucker McClendon, of course, involved in another wreck. Got to go ahead and shout him out for that one. And, yeah, man, we're just hoping maybe it was just maybe this was a fluke. Maybe these boys are just so antsy and so ready to go. They were just extra ready, you know? So hopefully we can go ahead and get this thing green. Some cars came down here for pit road. They're probably just going to top off, fix a little damage if they got it, and maybe make this a fuel strategy race towards the end. Hopefully, you know, I'm always optimistic. I'm hoping that we go green. For the love of God, I hope we go green. But we will, and I see faith. I have faith in these boys. These are some of the best racers here on Monday night. And if you guys are watching here, tuning in tonight, just so you know, shout out your boys. Get your people up here. Send it in the chat. Get some super chats going. Whatever. We're here to have a good time, not a long time. So, Landon, what are you expecting out of this, brother?
Well, I know what I'm expecting, but it's definitely not what I want to say. I'm expecting. How do I put this? So these cars usually tend to create chaos here in PGR, and that doesn't matter if it's on a Monday race or a Thursday race. Either or, there's going to be problems when this car arrives to town, and it's because this car is kind of faster than anything else we run. The runs that are generated in these cars are way bigger, way more substantial, and you got to have a much quicker reaction time when you drive these cars, race these cars out here at Talladega, and sometimes that leads to problems. But we're looking at the front of the field right now. Wyatt Gray, Mark Vondell, still the leaders of the race. I mean, not much has obviously changed up here. Sean Corbett, Casey Sprinkle, Steve Sizemore in 5th, Brian Hennig 6th, Mistretta 7th, Green, Haynes, Darnell round out the top 10. So we're going to take the one to go here and try and get an early rhythm going in this race. But I do want to point out as well, I see we were joined at the booth by Dawson Wise as well. A driver that we saw some last season in the PGR Lite Series has decided to hop up here in the booth and have some fun with us up here, Trev. So Dawson, what are you really looking for here in this race?
Well, it's funny you mentioned my driving career in the series. There's a reason I'm up here and not down there. But anyways, no, regardless, look, new car, new track. We talked about it last week, Landon, when I was with you on Thursday night with the new car track combo. For these guys, at least, I assume it's new. Correct me if I'm wrong, but for these guys, not when they race a lot. So I kind of expected the same thing. Early cautions, guys figuring it out. Once they get it figured out, I think the racing will be pretty good. I mean, for example, last week's Intimidator Superspeedway Series race, once guys figured it out, I thought that race ended pretty well. I'm not going to lie. So, look, expecting a good race. Playoffs always bring out the chaos a little bit more on these super speedways. I've been in playoffs myself. I get it. The pressure's on. And for the 5 guys that still have to race for 3 spots, I know what that's like. I know what the pressure is in the race car. It is not a fun experience, especially under caution. These laps feel eternal, let me tell you.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And with this car, as many cautions as we do have, these races, if as a driver, especially if you're one at the front, you begin to get really frustrated with the amount of cautions that can happen with these things, because it's just like, can we please just race? Can we get some organization going? And who knows? Yeah, I mean, we might actually be able to see that happen and develop in these next few laps, Trev, and I'm praying that is the case, because we got a good group of drivers up here in the top 10 right now that could really make that happen and try and initiate some of that organization throughout the field.
Yeah, I think I said earlier, I think these boys are a little antsy, and as Dawson said, it's the playoffs, man. You can't expect anything but the best, and you can't expect anything but the worst. So we're just hoping that we're going to get here. We're going to get these guys double file back off. Pace car is now pulling off of the track, and Landon, I'm not doing it again. I did it once for it, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it along to you.
Yeah, let's leave that one for the green flag and the rest of these races in the Light Series. Don't want to burn that one away too quick. Pace car rolls in for Wyatt Gray and Mark Vondell in the 24 car. We don't usually see him around the 24. I guess someone else took his number. 59 here tonight, probably Casey Sprinkle, but here they come to the restart box, and we're starting to stack up again on that outside line pretty significantly. Not as bad as last time, though. I saw the 48 of Cameron Craighead get a little bit of a piece of it back there, but it looks like they're going to be able to sort that out as we got some 3 wide racing. in the back already. That's kind of surprising to see that. Who is that up there? I'm trying to see. That's Richard Elliott and Axel Smith. Speaking of Axel, been on quite the run as of recent in Money Racing. Got 2 wins in one night for the Roughneck Racing on Friday night. Shout out to him, and as you see, he's one of our playoff drivers, one of the guys trying to race in on points.
Yeah, and let's just refer back to Axel Smith. He got them 2 wins because our old broadcaster Landon wrecked the field, but that's beside the point. They're taking it 3 wide right now, out of 4, and you know how it's gonna go, man. This car is a top line dominant car. They're gonna try to side draft the bottom here, at least try to rip some doors off and try to get them to the front. And that high line is moving.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Landon, that high line, I'm not really surprised the guys that jumped up there. Oh, trouble. Around goes the 4. A couple other cars going to get involved. The big one back there, and Mark Vondel gets a piece as well.
Hold on. Did they save that? I think they saved that. What a save by the field. I'm not seeing anybody else involved in this. They saved that. Terrific job.
Yeah.
Absolutely astonishing job by the field. We don't see that happen too often in these Gen 6 races, especially a crash that develops right at the front of the field as that one did. I believe Brock Westmoreland in the 4 car was the first one to get spun sideways here.
Started a little slow in front of me, so like, fuck it, going 3.
Let's go up as you hear Brian Hennings talking about something right there. But some 4 wide racing right here is gonna, Melton and Westmoreland. Just kind of a double tap from Melton right there. He spins down into Vondel and Sprinkle. But look at Westmoreland work that thing trying to save it. Great job by Brock here, Trev.
Oh yeah, but they're good. They're good. We're good. Nothing significant. Nobody's out of the race right now. Very, very minimal damage. Probably not even any at all. So that was just a unfortunate circumstance. A 4 wide and dooring each other down the track. But that was an amazing save for Brock Westmoreland. I got to give him his props for that. And he's wheeling it off of, what is that, Mark Vondel? So hey, yeah, good shout out to these boys out here keeping it straight. Let's get it back together and get it going green.
Well, I'll tell you this as well, Landon, as I was watching that replay, as I watched it back unfold, it's not even just the discipline from those 2 drivers to save it. It's the discipline from everyone behind them. Jump on the brakes, give them room to save it, and then drive around them. Don't cause a secondary wreck. The fact that all of those guys had the wherewithal to do that in a car, by the way, that is slightly unstable. It's a lot more unstable than it used to be anyway. It's tough to do, and for those guys to have done that without causing a secondary incident. Big time props to the rest of the field. Big time props to those guys too. Brock and Mark were wheeling those things. But for the guys out back of them, they did a lot of work too, not causing a really big incident out back of the original.
Yeah, it's very nice to see that, and we just went on board with Brock Westmoreland in the 4 machine. Looking at how he was working that wheel, definitely looks like he might have made the transition over to a 210 or 180 steering ratio from what I was just looking at. And if he is, obviously, I don't have a problem with it. I run that myself, and so does 90% of the field at this point. But he managed to make it work and saved his car right there. Let's go on board actually really quickly with Chris Melton in 52, see what he sees through this incident. And then we'll go on with Mark Vondel, as he was getting kind of tank slapped by Brock Westmoreland. But again, great job by everyone involved in this just to save it. I mean, look, Chris Melton pretty sideways too, but he got kind of saved by the 24 of Vondel right there. Looking at Vondel, does he have some... Can't tell if that's right front damage or wheel damage for Vondel. I don't think it's wheel damage.
Might be both.
Oh, yeah, look at the hood of that thing. Let's watch Vondi through this one.
Oh yeah,
square hit to the wall, and you see the wheel just like kind of pause like that. That's something with iRacing. It usually means wheel damage when that happens. So it's unfortunate for Mark. I don't. It shouldn't be terminal for Vondel. I wouldn't imagine. Let's go back live and take a look at Mark. Is he in pit road? He is still in the pits, seemingly getting stuff repaired on his car. So hopefully the night is not over for Mark Vondel, but we will keep an eye on him. Let's take a look at Brock Westmoreland. There he is leaving pit road. Tucker McClendon in pit road as well, currently scored as the last driver on the racetrack. But again, I mean, well, 8 laps in, 2 cautions in as well. Again, we're not getting that flow that we were really hoping for at the beginning of this, Trev. And maybe we will. I'm not sure, but it's just been a tough start for these drivers. But actually, real quick, Shout out to Michael Barksdale and Sean Hilkowitz. I'm assuming those two drivers stayed out under this caution because those two started way in the back, were involved in that first crash, and now they sit here 5th and 6th. Good job for those guys.
Yeah, I'd say we'd talk about the topic of trends real quick. Ask any real racer. 3 is the number of cautions you're going to get before this thing starts going green. That's me personally. I've seen that. I've been doing this for years. I'm expecting at least 3. Maybe after this one, maybe they'll calm down. But maybe 3 cautions, and then we'll start getting a couple green flag laps so we can start talking about some of these guys through the field that need to make their way up here to transfer out into the, what is it, the round of 8? Is that what we're looking at? Yeah, into the round of 8. So as you can see on the leaderboard here, we got some cars in green, some cars in red. Green are the guys that are already in to the round of 8, and then the red are the guys that need to transfer in. So look for them right now. I think the highest car that needs to transfer in right now is Jared Haynes in the 007 car for the old mighty Jack Shack. Got to be a little biased here, and yeah, we're gonna see what they got to do here, man. Long race, only lap 9. They're 1 to green right now. They're getting double files, so they're getting piled up down here on the back stretch, getting ready to go green. So still a long race. Still, if there's any advice to give to these guys, take your time. Just take your time, because these things tend to get stretched out eventually. But this is a Light Series, baby, and the Light Series is only known for one thing, and that is beating and banging and amazing racing. So I'm waiting for this to go green here, waiting for you guys to take over because I have nothing else to say. So I'm going to pass it along to Dawson.
Well, hey, you gave a trend right there. You're Larry Mack up here in the broadcast booth, and 3 cautions fair for a new car track combo. It's about what we saw in Thursday's race, if I remember correctly, before that race went green, got the green flag pit stops. And talking about the strategy, I think 6 guys total, back to Sean Hilkowitz, are the ones that stayed out. And they had their cars off here under caution, trying to make this what I would assume to be a one-stop race. They are very close to that number, actually, when we look at it. 46 laps to go, 55% fuel load. They're pretty close to right on the number to make it a one-stop race. They wanted the track position. Again, been in this boat before. Do not blame them in the slightest for getting the position, getting out of the back of the field. For Freddie, for Wyatt Gray, for a couple others up here, not much to lose. They're already locked in. For a couple others, got some work to do here on the restart.
Yeah, absolutely. As we approach the restart box, here we go. Freddie Basson has Nick Seipel, a pair of teammates on the front row of this restart. A much more organized restart by the rest of the field. No stacking up going on from the middle of the pack all the way back. That's great news for them. Maybe they're, like Trev said, starting to figure this car out a little bit and see how quickly those runs develop, even on a restart like that. But we're single filing out of turn number 2, about 5 cars deep.
Yeah, and take a look here at the 3 cars on the bottom. When these cars start to get double file like this, it tends to break away the first few set of cars. So maybe looking for a breakaway here with Bazinez. Sick Nipple. I can never pronounce his name correctly. And Wyatt Gray, your top 3 right now. And as the bottom line gets single
trouble
file
out back, Trev. Steve Sizemore in the 8, I believe, is the car that's around right in the middle of the field. But again, not a lot of cars involved in this one.
Yeah, trying to go back and take a look. There is the 8 of Steve Sizemore.
That's I get the P1 for free, guys.
I was trying to find a car sideways, going through all the list of drivers here, and you couldn't even find it. Just a very small crash. Once again, and you hear the displeasure from all the drivers in the field, wishing that we could get some green flag racing here. But let's take a look at the 8 car of Steve Sizemore. We'll back this up. 3 wide up there. Chase Mastretta and the other 8 car underneath him. Look, ooh, Chase. Whoa, look at Chase down there. Is that even going to cause this? It's not. It's going to be netcode off the 41 car, which I believe that is Matthew Stallnecht, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
And he will get spun right in front of Stallnecht, right back up the racetrack. Look, what a save by the 48 car, Cameron Craighead. It's going to slap Stallnecht up into the outside wall. Look at the 59 of Casey Sprinkle and the 23 in Ash Brambilla, locking those cars up, making sure they get no part of this one.
Why was I given a EOL?
Right.
Oh, we got some controversy going on. Chase wants to know why he's got the EOL. Listening here on in the chat.
That was not me, dumbass.
Oh, brother.
I'm looking
That's
at
old Chase for you. He is not happy right now. Apparently, he's getting the EOL for this. So I don't know.
That is not on Chase.
There's multiple 8.
I was just going to start into that, guys. I don't know if I agree with that either, honestly. I mean, Chase's move, sure, if it had caused the direct incident, yeah. But at the same time, there's some netcode, I think, between Stallnick and Sizemore, which actually sparks this wreck. I personally, and again, I've only had a couple looks at it, but I don't think anything Chase did there affected the netcode. I mean, that was 5-6 feet of netcode between the 8 and the 41. I'm not sure. Looked like mainly netcode to me, but Chase was trying to get struck with the EOL. I did want to point out really quickly as well, Casey Sprinkle, that's probably the most impressive effort out of that. For a guy that is under the pressure tonight to make a run of the championship, Cameron Craig had as well, to keep their cars intact in that. Huge efforts from both of them is going to keep them alive in the championship fight as well.
Yeah, and furthering this, I mean, that
I couldn't tell what it was.
there's other drivers even defending Chase right there. If that stands, that is an atrocious call by race control. I mean, that is not even close to Chase Mastretta's fault. And that'd be a shame if for some reason that stands.
Yes,
that
the
is
fuck I am.
that's atrocious. But let's go on board with Matthew Stallneck real quick.
Like, really? What the fuck?
We'll take a look at him.
You don't. Chase, hold
As you'll see,
Stop talking back.
Chase. Okay, it seems like
You don't have to swear it.
listening to what the communication is now, I think
If you didn't cause them that.
they told Chase to hold his position. So that's good. Because I was about to say, I mean, that is horrible if that stood. But you saw the onboard Stallneck. It's just, again, a case of bad netcode. And, I mean, iRacing wouldn't be iRacing without netcode, right? So you hate to see that. Nothing anybody did wrong here.
Should be cleared, but hold your position.
Yeah, that's one of the things we have to deal with as sim racers here is an added, how would you say, an added excitement. Because that netcode, man, in every single car, there's always netcode. No matter which car you race, any track, there's a form of netcode somehow or another. And that was just a case of the nightmare netcode, which Landon can tell you all about because he's been getting netcoded all week. So it's one of those things, man, that we have to deal with as sim racers here. And yeah, it's just the cause of the product until something can be done, which I'm aware that it cannot. It's just one of the things we have to deal with.
Well, you know, you figure over time, and look, I've been on this platform for a really long time, you'd figure that it would get a little better, and it actually has gone the opposite direction just in the last 4 or 5 years. It's gotten a lot worse. I'm not sure why. I don't know what stems from that. I have no expertise on that side of things, but you would think it would get better, especially in this car. This car, 3-4 years ago, did not have the level of netcode we have seen already, even tonight or in past races. It just did not happen. I don't know what went into that. I don't know if it's something on the, you know, in the new software that these cars don't like, or our internet connections don't like, apparently. And yeah, added excitement is one thing, because you'll be driving straight way half a lane off of somebody, and all of a sudden you're facing the campers on the infield.
I'll clear. Just stay in line, and everyone's just gonna.
I apologize. I got kind of locked into what was going on in the race chatter right there. But we were looking at all these damaged cars. McClendon, I say damage. I mean, we had 3 cautions with such a minimal amount of damage, and that's kind of astonishing to see that. Like, overall, involving everyone in this race, it's crazy. But we know it's all going to unravel at some point. 13 laps in, and I'm not sure we've actually done one full lap green, gentlemen. Maybe I could stand corrected on that, but I really doubt that. Wyatt Gray, Chris Carter, Michael Barksdale, Sean Corbett, Jared Haynes, the top 5, Hunter Hastings, Brian Hennings, James Waring, John Darnell, Asher Little, rounding out the top 10 for this restart. As there you hear the official call from Race Control of netcode, the correct call. Good to hear that all clarified for all the drivers involved in that. And I'm looking throughout the rest of the field, looking at the drivers highlighted in red, really in the back of this back here. Josh McCullough, Cameron Craighead, they sit 30th and 31st right now, and I know it's early in the race, but if Trev, you're a driver, and so is Dawson. If it's me, I don't want to sit in the back of a race like this with the Gen 6 cars where it's just been cautions. I feel like I'm just going to get destroyed from behind. To me, that's kind of a dangerous spot for a pair of drivers that need to get in on points.
Yeah, at this point, man, I found better success of just going to the front and hoping for the best. Because that's where you spend your least amount of time getting involved in wrecks, unless you take out the entire field from the front. But other than that, we're going back green right now as Wyatt Gray soars on the bottom. Holy crap! But a huge jump on the bottom. Hopefully, this second line here can go ahead and get that side suck going and get that second line moving. But these boys are side by side right now, and trend of 3. We're at 3, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We're going green for a little bit, at least here on out. So what do you think about that, Dawson?
You shouldn't have said anything, Trev, because that's the old commentator's curse that we may end up getting. And right as you say, 2 wide. Oh, out back. Trev almost jinxed it immediately, but everybody saves it right around Westmoreland and Axel Smith. Up front, Hunter Hastings, 1 car behind him. Looked like they wanted to go. Maybe James Waring in the 13. They decided to jump back in line. Top lane, only 3 cars deep. Can't tell who the first one is in that line. Back around Chase Mastretta in the 8. It might be Paul Meter in the 12 that's up on that outside line trying to work it. Up against the saber barrier, trouble up front, and around's going to go Waring, and the big one strikes at the exit of the tri-oval. Several cars involved, including championship contenders.
Well, I can't finish. Mark,
Evan Carl.
Crazy right now on the mic.
Yeah, Evan
how
Carl.
hard is it to stop, dude?
He
Guys,
is. Oh, that's a 9
quite
over.
frankly, I mean, I'm going to look at it again, but quite frankly, I don't think I blame him. Because this, to me, on first glance, and again, I have not barely even gone back and looked at it, this looked entirely avoidable. But I'm going to have to go back and watch a couple replays.
Yeah, we're gonna do that right now. Trying to see, is that James Waring? I'm trying to see.
James Waring and the 26 of Asher Little, the first 2 that got together.
Freddie, I don't want to be
We'll take this up top
but hit the brake pedal, man.
Look, as
This is like the highest.
Chris Carter in the 17 is leader of the race. He's going to clear down. For some reason, there's a stack up from Waring behind Hunter Hastings. Asher Little drops down to try and take that position. And, I mean, kind of tough to tell from this angle. Maybe Waring comes down across Little's bumper, and then it's just chaos from there.
Everybody is so fucking dumb.
I don't understand.
They're wrecking under yellow.
And now there's crashing under the caution flag, apparently.
Gotta have a damn car off and then clicked it on and just set sideways.
Yeah, I should probably close my mouth at this point because I'm not gonna be saying too many nice things. What did Matt Kenseth say that time whenever he fought Brad Keselowski? Just I don't have anything nice to say, so I'll just be quiet. I don't know. It's a shame. It's really a shame to see something like this. We haven't gone a single green flag lap, and you just hate to see that, Trev.
Hey, what are you doing?
Well, we're going back to trends. Last week, we went completely green. I think we had 1 caution. Now we're on 3. Now, I would like to say, every super speedway race is going to be a big wreck. And just so happened that my trend of 3 happened to have the big wreck. That's now eliminated.
Really?
So no more big wrecks. Trend of 4 now. We're going to go ahead with the trend of 4. And we're going to see if we're going to go ahead and keep this thing green. But like you said, man, this was completely avoidable. One of those things where we just get such massive runs and everybody's just trying to make up space and time and just trying to get to where they need to be, which is out front. And no patience, man. No patience. And that's just one of the things here. We have a long race and we haven't even got any green flag laps in. And that's just one of the things as a racer, man. I'd sit here under caution, back to back to back to back, and just want to go racing. I love racing. We all love doing this. We wouldn't be out here if we didn't. But there's a time in the play. Oh my God! Oh, I didn't even see that. That's holy crap! I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. That was a hit. Holy crap! Who is that?
I mean, it's
That's the 10 car of Grant Gutter. I know. I saw that in the angle looking at Evan Carlbon's impact. I think the 52 Chris Melton, obviously involved in the crash. I doubt, as Evan is still miking up, he is not happy. But let's look at Chris Melton. A damaged race car, and him and Smith get together, spins Melton down into Hilkowitz, down in the gutter, and the wreck just continues. Chris Melton, you see that left front wheel, his night will be over. But he's already locked in. He's a winner this season. He's locked into the next round.
Back and people that have a Lite Series license.
That's just listening. Evan, I haven't heard Evan too often. So looking at the chat right now, I believe that's Chase asking to look at his POV through that crash. So let's find Chase Mastretta.
Definitely tried to miss you, Evan.
Real quick.
I only had 20 seconds.
He's riding behind Evan Carlbon. That Jack Shack Barks Chevrolet Camaro, and the wreck happens in front. And oh, whoa, Chase! Oh, whoa! What a job by Chase Mastretta to miss that one. That was awesome.
They're gonna take a vacation and came back into the cluster of it, brother. Hell yeah, good move through that wreck.
Yeah, look, again, I said it before I watched the replay. The replay confirms what I thought initially on the live look. A little bit more discipline there. I think if you're the 26 of Asher Little, it's still only lap 15. We had not yet gotten back to the line to run a single lap. To me, and I have been in this spot before. I have made this move before, where you stick the nose in the middle. That guy is drifted up, and there is technically, visually, there is a lane there. But you've got to anticipate that some guys are going to try to fill that hole again. Maybe they just drifted up a little bit. They're coming back down. They don't think you're going to be there. They can't anticipate that. And lo and behold, by the time they come back down, you've already filled the gap. It's unfortunate that for both guys that Waring drifts up, tries to come back down. That Little kind of forces the issue this early. A little bit more discipline there, and that took out several cars. Most notably, guys, Axel Smith, one of the 5 drivers racing for 3 spots. The right front wheel was off the axle for the 97, no pun intended there. And it appears his night and his championship hopes are going to come to an end unless he can get that thing fixed. But
Jared, I want to see.
I doubt
hold
it.
on.
Yeah. Okay. He just blinked out. I thought he had disconnected from the session right there. That is tough for Axel. Like again, mentioned he was on a great run recently, right when he needed to be for this PGR Lite Series.
$100 bonus. We go green from here to one random driver outside the money. $100 bonus.
Well, here we go. Apparently, someone's put up a $100 bonus if we go green from here, and yeah, that's my reaction. Is whoever just laughed on the mic. But Chris Melton, there he is. I'm wondering, his night's probably done as well. We saw the wheel for him. James Waring took some rough hits in that. Asher Little, another contender, going to be out of tonight's race. It's just tough, but
I believe we can do it.
Let's go back to the leaders and see what we got now as the pace car rolls into pit road for John Darnell and Nash Brambilla, going to be the 2 leaders of the race, followed by Wyatt Gray, Sean Corbett, Hunter Hastings, Chase Mastretta, Jared Haynes, Nick Seipel, Freddie Baznez, and Brock Westmoreland rounding out the top 10 into the Geico restart zone. For John Darnell, gets a pretty solid launch on the bottom with a push from Wyatt Gray. Outside line not really materializing just yet, but as the field heads into turn 1, maybe a little bit of conservatism being deployed.
Yeah, as we said, we just witnessed the big one, right? So a lot of these guys don't even want to be part of this right now. They just want to rake it to the end, try to get a couple laps under the belt, hopefully a green flag pit stop as the bottom line rolls right now with Darnell leading. And they're pulling off to the outside, just like what we said they were going to do. But a little too early, I would say. They need to go ahead and get that side suck on, get a little door action, a little side draft, and then pull it off on the outside. But Wyatt Gray, I would like to shout out one thing. We talk about 210. He is one of those gentlemen that are running the 900 wheel setting, which is extremely harder to save. And he does a great job at it every single week, each and every week. So I got to give him a shout out for that. And the bottom line is definitely rolling right now. But the top, there it is, the side suck, baby. That's what I've been waiting for. Go ahead and get on them doors and rip on the outside.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, interesting strategies here. The 4 remaining drivers in that group of 5 that has to race their way into the round of 8 tonight. Pretty much dead split on the strategies. Jared Haynes, 5th on the inside here at the front. Cameron Craig had about 4 cars back of him in this lead draft. Out back, oh man, some jockeying up front. Nick Seipel tried to take the middle. Chase Mastretta, Nash Brambilla say no sirree. They drop back down and cut that off. Seipel's going to look to the outside as Wyatt Gray goes for the race lead. Meanwhile, Casey Sprinkle, the 59, Josh McCullough, the other 2 trying to race in, are in that second group, just running laps along the bottom, staying calm, staying conservative, waiting for something to go down, and it might just do that. Sizemore to the middle, Bassines to the middle, Stallneck to the outside. They're scrambling big time at the line. Huge block by Chase Mastretta. He pulls it off somehow, and Seipel's in the sucker hole.
We'll talk about some discombobulation at the front of this field. Oh, and there it is. Seipel saves it. Good save by Nick Seipel, trying to block his former teammate, Brock Westmoreland. And that was almost our next big wreck. But hey, we're actually getting some green flag laps in, so I'll take that. Up front is still Wyatt Gray, actually. Going to take the lead away from John Darnell. Nash Brambilla second. And Darnell's still trying to fight on that bottom line, but right now it looks like that top line is really starting to take over.
Yeah, these boys are everywhere down the backstretch as they're now exiting 4, but they are all over the place, baby. And we love it. There's action 3 wide. There was action 2 wide. Now they're starting to single file, well, not double file out. And the as we see in these races commonly, the outside lane is dominant. We got a 4-car breakaway on the outside, which is insane. If they decide to drop here, they probably can break from the rest of the field. This is another trend that we see. A bunch of cars will break away from the rest of the pack as long as they're side by side. But Wyatt Gray is the man on the mission right now, leading as he's in front of Brambilla, Mastretta, Haynes, a transfer driver, and Hastings, your top 5.
Tell you what, if you believe in luck, knock on wood before I say this, but Jared Haynes is in an incredible position right now, ahead of the Hornets' nest out back of him, in a good spot, way ahead of his fellow championship contending drivers that actually have something to race for tonight. He is at least 8 spots in front of all 3 of those cars right now, and all 3 of those guys are back around that Hornets' nest mess. We're about 15th on back. Cameron Craighead, though, he's starting to get aggressive with Matt Stolnick right there. Gets to his right rear, picks up a spot. May pick up another one here from Austin Floyd, who tried to drop to the inside. So Craighead comes forward. But right now, Jared Haynes, I mean, this is exactly where you want to be in a championship race. Up front, can control the controllables here from the front of the field instead of having to race on offense out back.
Yeah, as we're looking at the front of this field, still just a breakaway from the top 10-ish, 11 cars, it looks like. Really starting to break back here. That 11th car being the 30 of James Wagner, and then you have the 41 of Stallneck now starting to catch back up, trying to take the right rear of James Wagner, and does so successfully. That's a very good strategy that you need to deploy in these races. As you look at Casey Sprinkle, too. Wagner stuck in the sucker hole in the middle lane of the racetrack along with his teammate Steve Sizemore. Austin Floyd in the 71 trying to lead the bottom. Stallneck said, you know what, I want to go forward too. He takes a right rear, now he drops down to the bottom in front of Floyd as we take lap number 23 here at Talladega.
Oh yeah, watch that bottom start to rock. The outside, another trend of these deals is temps. So wide range Nash Brambilla, definitely giving him some space here, but he's probably a little hot right now. It's giving them a little space as they have this breakaway, which now increases the chances of the bottom line to get tandem together and push towards the front. So we have to see them here coming down the backstretch, and they're getting a huge run down the backstretch into 3 and 4. And as, oh man, Freddie Bassinez? Is that who that is? Freddie drops to the bottom?
Yeah.
And Jared Haynes, oh man, Jared Haynes, boy, I'll tell you what, drop to the bottom. He wants to take the lead coming out of 4.
And again, look, you know, I've been in this spot in a playoff race where you have to finish in front of other guys. For Jared Haynes, I do not blame him for this at all. Go to the front, control what you can control on the racetrack. Mastretta goes up to the high rent district against the wall. He's got Hastings. He's got McClendon, the 00, former champion of this series, up on the outside against the wall as they work 3 cars deep on the outside. Casey Sprinkle, another championship driver. He's in the middle behind Westmoreland and Nash Brambilla. Stallneck jumps out, jumps right back in. Meanwhile, coming to the front, Austin Green, the 87. Haven't seen a ton of him, and now as I say that, good grief, goes from the yellow line to the safer barrier on the nose of, I believe, the 18 of Gray. He'll go back down to Brambilla. Here in 3, they're about to lap Axel Smith. And boys, I was going to say it could get hairy, but Smith, that's classy, etiquette, getting out of the way of the field as they work 3 wide most of the way back behind the top 5.
Yeah, I was going to point out the move from Chase Mastretta into turn number 1 was, I was going to say, an intelligent one, and generally it is. Take the right rear. When you're taking advantage of everyone coming down to side draft that bottom lane, it's just easy pickings to try and take some right rears, especially if you have someone go with you. But Chase didn't have anyone go with him, and he's kind of paying that price right now as you see him 3rd in lane on the 3rd lane, and now 4th in lane. How about John Darnell hopping up top side? He getting real aggressive early in that 99 car. There's a wall contact, Green, Gray, Mastretta. They sort that out. 4 wide racing into 3.
4 wide.
Oh man, they are 4 wide in the middle of 3 and 4 right now towards the back. They are juking and jiving, dipping and diving, trying to get any sort of position they can, trying to take every single run that they could. And Chase is falling back after that great, well, like you said, intelligent move. He's now probably back in the top 20. Oh man, and I can hear Freddie's gonna go high on Jared right now. He's gonna take that right rear, and as he leads to the start-finish line right here, coming into 1 and 2.
Oh, man, this is going to be tense moments here for Jared Haynes as the racing picks up around him. This is not where he wanted to be. Now, leading a 4-car breakaway, that is smooth sailing up front. You're looking in your mirror saying, man, at least I'm not back there in that. And now that mess has found him here at the front. Bassinez, Seipel, the teammates, up to the saber barrier, but not a ton of help up there yet. Stolnick shoots the middle. How about the 41? He's going to get on the back of the Busch Light Ford Mustang. Seipel picks up Hastings in the top. 3 wide for the lead as they climb the banking, a 3 and 4 advantage to Jared Haynes on the bottom as Brambilla gives him another huge push on that bottom lane. Brambilla has been an asset for that 007 so far.
How about Matthew Stallneck, involved in a caution just a little bit ago, and here he is racing his way aggressively back to the front of this field. Look at that push he gives to Bassinez, almost causes a huge one at the front. Sprinkle get a little sideways in the back as well. Nick Seipel give that lap to him on the outside line from a Herculean push from Hunter Hastings, tandeming away from the rest of the field for a little bit of a second, but Seipel says, I'm going to go back up real quick. He liked that push from Hunter Hastings, and he's going to try and control these lanes up here out of 2.
Nick, oh, sick nipple out front, baby. And he drops to the bottom. Boy's going to go ahead and control these lines. He knows what to do that, and I feel like that's where he thinks he's the most comfortable at. We usually see him out front here trying to control, taking lines away. Oh, they're sideways. They saved it. Oh, they saved it. Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. There, yeah, green flag runs. That's what we want here right now on a Monday night on the PGR VRX Lite Series, baby. And look at this. The bottom line is now breaking away, a 4-car tandem. And it's just like these lanes to shift back and forth, back and forth. Once they're outside, now they're back to the bottom. So now they're just trying to gather up a run and get going and get that push going as the Freddie Basson is in the lead.
Yeah, another big moment there for Brock Westmoreland, but he was able to make another save. That's his second of the night. Busy man so far behind the wheel of the 4. Another sigh of relief for Jared Haynes, but it will not last long. Brambill to the outside. He'll take Stallnecht with him. Hennings, Green, Jackson Bice, Brock Westmoreland, and all of a sudden, 3 cars on the bottom are left to pasture by themselves. Basson has Seipled, Haynes. Now they're going to get some help, though. Here comes Jackson Bice and Brock Westmoreland, and all of a sudden, Haynes has a little bit of help, and Nash Brambill is going to get split. Hennings will go to his aid. Crazy racing up front. Teammates in the middle. Hastings, Stallnecht up top as the front 4, front 5 break away again.
How about Jackson Bice very quietly in that 22 Joey Logano paint scheme back here, about 4th in line on the bottom side of the racetrack. A very quiet run up to the front for Jackson Bice. Someone that finished second, I believe it was, in the IDK Player Indiana 500, the Indy 500 race on iRacing. Shout out to him for that terrific finish he had in that. Now here he is trying to vie his chances in the PGR Lite Series. Oh, look at the big wreck in the back. That's going to be Wyatt Gray and a few others. Here we go. Quentin Steinbach, Hunter Hastings with a piece. I think that's really going to be it. Trying to find it.
I couldn't do anything. I checked up and I...
Yeah, it was only 3 cars. They slid all the way to the safer barrier.
Sure enough, and we were taking a look at Wyatt Gray, another one of our drivers in the playoffs, but already locked in to the next round with a win.
Just throw fucking blocks on 20-mile-per-hour faster runs and think people can lift.
Unfortunate for Wyatt Gray there. It was definitely up front most of this race. At points in time, leading and controlling. So definitely unfortunate, but it looks like very minimal damage. Hopefully, maybe he can get it fixed and get back out on track.
Yeah, it's what it seemed like there. Some contact, some jockeying out back, and that kind of happens. The runs in this car, they were big 4 years ago when I was still racing it every week. Now, it's even more so. The runs are huge. You don't have a lot of time to react, and when that stack up happens, it just happens so fast the further back it goes. For Wyatt Gray right there, it's what it looked like to me. Now, lucky for those 3 drivers, they did not get hit. I don't think they got the wall either, so all 3, I think, should be able to drive away from this pretty well okay without a ton of damage. Wyatt Gray got the brunt, but even he only got hit a couple times. The car looked okay to me when he drove on by.
Yeah, we're taking a look at it now. It's very clearly a block from Matthew Stallnecht. It wasn't a bad block per se, but it was definitely a big closing distance between the 18 of Wyatt Gray. When he was getting pushed by Casey Sprinkle, they were, I don't even know. Let's take this full speed actually and just take a look at this angle one more time and just see the closing rate from Wyatt Gray to Matthew Stallnecht in the 41 car. So you see they're up there on the 3rd lane. Here it comes. It's not that big of a closing rate, but it's still pretty substantial. Obviously big enough to turn Wyatt Gray the second he hit Matthew Stallnecht and turn him down into the inside wall and taking Quentin Steinbach with him in the number 22 machine. Let's take this back and just look at, let's focus this on Steinbach real quick. So, not Steinbach, excuse me, Stallnecht. 2 similar names right here. So he's sitting here, and this is, honestly, this is how you have to race this car. You see that outside line starting to come, you need to take advantage of it. Stallnecht does so, and Wyatt Gray getting pushed by the 59 of Casey Sprinkle as well. It's just a recipe for disaster, honestly, and it's unfortunate, but I really don't see anything wrong with what the 41 car did here.
Like 5 laps, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's just one of those deals. You can be extremely square responsible in that car in front of you, but it's the differences in speed that caused that. It was just trying to check up, trying to get to the right. There's a medium of where you should be pushing and where you get damage, and he was just trying to anticipate it in one of those deals, and it just offsetted him and then spun him out in front of the field. So unfortunate, like I said, one of those things, but that's speedway racing for you. That stuff happens, and I mean, I'm assuming I don't know what they call this. Maybe a racing deal? Probably put it on Wyatt. Let's see what they do here. What race control decides?
It was actually called on Matthew Stallnecht here. He's going to receive the penalty for the block. Not too surprised there. It was a bit late. and caused an incident. I'll tell you what, again, another side note. I mean, Casey Sprinkles had a couple of good breaks go his way tonight. He just had another one right there. I mean, he was right behind this incident and somehow makes his way through another one. His season still very much alive and still able to race the championship. He's actually back there around some of those other drivers he's racing, Cameron Craighead and Josh McCullough. Jared Haynes, though, he's loving this. He says, yeah, keep going backwards. Keep getting involved in accidents or keep getting in some trouble. He's loving what he's seeing running third right now.
Yeah, it's been a great run for Casey Sprinkle and Jared Haynes. As you mentioned, Jared Haynes been at the front of this field for the majority of the race, it feels like. I'm trying to get one more quick onboard really quickly. Here we go. Quentin Steinbach. Just kind of riding along on the bottom lane of the racetrack, thinks everything's okay, and then all of a sudden actually gets turned from the right rear first, and then Wyatt Gray hits him down into the inside wall. Again, not significant damage on either one of these cars. They should be able to continue just fine in tonight's race. As there's a look at Wyatt Gray, you can kind of see that damage on the door. It's not pretty by any means, but it shouldn't be too aerodynamically detrimental for Wyatt Gray. So, and again, 24 laps to go. We still got more time for cautions and crashes to happen. We can definitely have an opportunity to clean that up. Up front, Nick Seipel, Austin Green, as you see some damage on the 87 as well on the door for Austin Green. Then you have Jared Haynes, Nash Brambilla, Brock Westmoreland, Steve Sizemore, who was actually just involved in that crash, up in the 6th position. Michael Barksdale, Sean Corbett. Who else we got here? Chase Mastretta back up to 9th, and Austin Floyd going to round out the top 10. I think we should grab a quick interview real quick.
Oh, yeah,
Haven't been able to do that real quick.
This.
I know exactly who it's going to be. We're going to bring Tucker McClendon into the booth and check on old Tucker, our good old buddy. Tucker, who early in the race sounds like he wasn't really having too much fun, but we're going to see what he's feeling now, and I believe Trev is going to talk to him. Let's go ahead and bring him up here. Tucker McClendon, the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Take it away, Trev.
This is Trev in the booth. What's going on, brother?
Hey, it didn't really work.
How much you been drinking, Trev?
I've been at 3. I'm on 3. How much you been drinking, brother?
I'm like 2 deep, 3 deep.
Hey, it's board machine. Look pretty good out there. That's the only thing.
Are you on fucking Mars?
I'm right along right now. Over.
Come on, guys, let's get up.
Okay, so Dawson, Landon, how y'all doing?
Well, we had a good idea. It didn't exactly pan out. We're doing great. We're just watching what was how do you say? I'll just say it, a wreck fest at the beginning of the race. And now we got the green flag back in the air. You're sitting back. Where are you at right now? You are 27th. So what's your plan?
Yeah.
You going to be riding back here, or are you going to try and go up to the front?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just ride back here. I topped off right there, and I am about 3 laps short on gas. So I'm gonna just try to save. Maybe we go green. Probably not, because these people like to, throw their what's on the tables. And so I'm just gonna sit back here, save as much as I can, and then stay out while everybody else probably has to pit.
Well, yeah, it's not a bad strategy at all, but we heard you pretty upset at the beginning of the race. What was that about?
I mean, people in here acting like, oh, and someone's in the wall, and they're wrecking. Oh, didn't make it a lap. Imagine that. I'm just going to don't get hit in the ass. We're good. I mean, people just, throw in damn blocks and can't hold their damn lines and don't realize that they're going 20 miles per hour faster than the person. It's just a lot of damn, it's a shit show.
Hey, Mike, you're not supposed to.
We got a good green
Yeah,
flag.
well, I mean, I don't think any of us can really argue with what you just said there, but we did just have a yellow flag happen on the racetrack. Took out a few drivers.
Did that one?
Let's go back. Obviously, I think we should have mentioned this.
Elijah, I'm sorry.
The last caution, that $100 bonus that got presented, obviously is out the window now of going green.
He should have made that shit $10,000. He would have been fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Even with that amount, it might still not materialize for anyone tonight. But let's take a look at this yellow flag real quick. We'll toss you back down there with your team, Tucker. But we got the 12 car of Elijah Palmeter, Casey Sprinkle. Ooh. Oh,
Landon,
no.
that was on Casey, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Casey just kind of drives into him.
Established himself still in your lane.
I'm not gonna say that's karma, but karma.
For him in front of you, unfortunately.
Oh, do we have beef? Oh, can I use my beef graphic? Hold on. We got beef. We got beef. Hold on. Let me put the beef on the screen real quick.
On the screen.
There we go, baby. We got beef. Tucker McClendon has something to say to Casey Sprinkle. What was that about?
All right.
I just can't stand the little pipsqueak.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird because he was like,
It's sweet. Please tell us more.
If he was going to the boat or whatnot.
I mean, never mind.
Not
I'll be
gonna
nice. I'm on leadership for PGR. I have to set an example.
That's right, baby. Taking the big step, being the bigger man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, big.
Hey, should I pit here?
On the guy behind.
Huh?
What's that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pit here.
The other guy gets
Pit. You know what? Pit, baby.
back down, but
I mean, you might as well.
Mondale just nearly shit, boys.
So
I mean, oh, fucking shit. These people just don't know what they're fucking doing.
no harm.
What happened?
People just going every damn way. Yeah, someone's asking what's happened on pit interest.
Clear.
I mean, never mind. I just.
Well, Tucker, you are my pick for tonight.
Sorry, Nash.
You're my pick for tonight. So I need you to stay clean and go up there and get a win, man. So stay away from the tomfoolery and just go ahead and just go get that dub, brother.
Oh, if I'm your pick, I'm probably gonna run out of gas.
That's crazy. You gonna
I
take
am
that
right.
trip?
21 on the dot. 21 on the dot for 21 laps
Hey,
left.
that's more than enough. You know what? Stay out. Stay out. That's what I'm saying. If I was you, I'd stay out, even though you already pitted. But stay out, baby.
Oh, Trev, I don't know if I'd listen to fuel advice in this series.
Race winning call, Trev. I'm a championship crew chief in my own head.
Trev, if we're going to go down this path, we're going to go down this path. I broadcasted plenty of Monday night races where you made that same call and did not live to see the end of the race because of your fuel.
Dawson, you know what this was? You know what this is like, Dawson?
What is this like, Tucker?
We've had a great season. This is like 2022 Tennessee Vols, and then this is like the South Carolina game. Just a pure shit show.
Is it that bad? I don't think we've reached that point yet. I think you might have just jinxed it, though.
I'm just gonna like tear my ACL like Kendon, like pushing the gas or the brake. You know?
Do IndyCar at Dega. That'd be so much fun.
Oh, I didn't need that reminder, Tucker.
Okay. Cameron. Oh, fuck it.
The only good thing about the Tennessee Vols is that Tucker McClendon is running the car. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Arca, Michigan.
Wait, I'm trying to
what is going on in the
happened.
front of the field right now?
I saw you.
What? There's only one car with the pace car, fellas. What is going on at the front of the field right now? I'm seeing this the same time you guys are. What is happening?
I'm gonna go fucking top off.
What is going on?
Is it like a delayed caution or something?
No, they're just all. I mean, this is. I'm telling y'all.
Wait, is it a fuel saving measure? Oh, look at
Oh my goodness, guys! Yeah, we're seeing it in real time right now. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say, as a king of fuel saving, this is the worst fuel saving I've ever seen.
I don't know about all that. That's a bold claim there, Trev.
I'll take it to my grave, Dawson.
I'll tell you what, Landon. I think that's what that was. I think you're right. I think Asher Little was pushing Jackson Bison trial right there.
Car was up here pushing Jackson to save fuel.
I don't know what benefit there is with 20 to go and not like 5 to go, but
or something.
Just don't put
I respect the effort.
It's
I don't
not.
think it would matter because. Good. Sorry.
No, I mean I know it's a rule in MMS because that
I don't
was.
believe it's a rule here. Last time I checked, I'm not positive.
It was a rule in the MMS the past couple nights, not here, as far as I know. But I guess RC's looking at it.
Yeah, I thought he was up here. He was actually
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Who knows at this point? But Tucker, it's been fun having you up here.
Hey, I love you, boys. I love Landon, even though I didn't get to be in the hotel bed with him. Me and Dawson in the fall, we share a lot of beers together at Tennessee games. And Trev,
cheers.
I just, hopefully we can. Never mind. I was gonna say something about sharing a fat girl, but never mind.
Hey, tag me in, brother. I'm ready. I'll bring it. I'll bring it to the Tennessee game because that's all they got, baby. Big girls at Tennessee Vol games. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Tucker. Thank you for talking with us, man.
Love y'all. Thanks.
Question: where's the rule against that?
That was thrilling.
I'd like to go on record real quick. By the way, quick programming note: Jackson Bias is receiving an EOL for getting pushed under the caution flag. But on an unrelated note, I would like to. Yes, he has
Okay,
received an EOL penalty. But quickly before we go green, I would like to address that incredibly false claim by Trev, and I just want to put that on the record. But we're about to go green. There's only 19 laps to go.
Which one?
Not gonna specify.
Okay.
We're gonna leave it at that.
Well, Michael Barksdale and Quentin Steinbach, the man out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. He was just involved in that last caution. We went on board with him as they take the Geico restart zone. Quentin caught sleeping on this restart right here. With a damaged race car, too. Austin Green trying to do his best with him into turn number 1. And as you mentioned, Jackson Byes getting an EOL. I'm not familiar with that rule. I didn't know if it was one in PGR, but evidently it is, and it's been called against it. But hey, how about the 14 of Cameron Hackett? Look at him up here, third in line on the bottom. Haven't seen him at really all race.
Yeah, well, you said Hackett, but I just want to make a quick note. The pride of Cheyenne, Wyoming is going to the front, baby. Our one-time or still kind of or almost podcast partner of PGR, Paid Get Wrecked, is now leading the race, baby, and I'm with it. I'm going to be a little biased here. He's taking it out front as he's going to get passed by, is that Austin Green? Where's Austin Green come from? Mean Green to the lead on the inside.
About the green ghost. Oh, how about Steve Sizemore looking to split Steinbach? Nope, goes back to the top. Boys, I don't know where Chase Mistretta is going to go here, but he's going to make a show of doing it. I guarantee you that much in that Budweiser Chevrolet. He's back up front. Oh, trouble! Austin Floyd off the bumper of Seipel. Big crash in turn 1 involving a couple potentially playoff drivers back there as well.
Surprise, surprise. 7th yellow flag of the night.
Can't steer. Can't steer.
Seipel talking about him not being able to steer.
That mic.
Right.
And he is taking responsibility for the crash, so that's going to be the end of Nick Seipel's night. Seipel's not a playoff driver. Okay,
Please,
so
God,
that is.
tell me you saved that.
What is Chase talking about? I don't know.
Saving something.
We'll find out. This happened behind Chase Mistretta, directly.
Look up and you moved in front of me. I'm so sorry. Thank you for saving that.
Oh, I think it was something with Steve Sizemore. We'll look at that in a second. Sorry, I don't know if y'all have the race audio on or not. That's pretty funny. Austin Floyd, unfortunately, in that pink number 71 car, going to get a piece of this incident. Actually going to get spun by the 75 of Nick Seipel, it appears. Let's see. So there's a checkup. Seipel, I guess, tries to go to the right rear and then gets into Floyd. Floyd right back up. And, of course, who did I just mention? The 14 of Cameron Hackett. And he gets involved in this crash.
The ARCA braking is crazy tonight. Oh my gosh. That was insane. They're lucky some of them got through it because there was a couple of times somebody had to go to the infield care center and maybe to the hospital. Let's see what happened here.
And it's also an
that was Nick Seipel in 75 going right through the back of Austin Floyd. I mean, going into turn 1, he plumb drives through the back of him. And yeah, no, that's blunt. That's exactly what took place. Floyd gets turned head on the outside wall, and then from there, as a driver, unfortunately, there's not much you can do. Again, Trev mentioned the guys flying in from behind. They've been good about that tonight. Not in that incident, though, as he gets hit several more times before he comes to a stop.
Taking a look at the 14 of Cameron Hackett. Tries to apply the brakes and gets bulldozed by the 12 of Elijah Palmetter. Not bad damage on either one of those cars, but again, as we mentioned, the 75 car Nick Seipel, he'll be done for the night. Couldn't steer, he obviously had to tow his car away. I'm wondering if the same fate awaits Austin Floyd. Trying to get a look at his wheels. The wheels don't look broken for Floyd. I mean, obviously significant damage to the 71 car, but I'm wondering if he might still have a shot in this race. Let's go on board with Floyd through this accident. Nothing he could really do here. He gets hit from behind. Just trying to follow Chase Mistretta. Gets hit down and then just, again, nothing he could do. Down into James Wagner. Not anything the 30 could do either. Oh, Nash Brambilla. Oh, wait a second. Nash's wheel just did something really weird when that happened. I don't know if y'all caught that or not, but I'm going to go to a quick onboard for Nash Brambilla. On the brakes. I guess no wheel damage. His wheel stayed straight, so that's good for Nash.
That was smooth.
Let's take a look from the turn 1 camera. how this starts right there, and then bam, right into the wall. As everyone tries to avoid Austin Floyd coming back down the racetrack. Richard Elliott might be getting a piece also.
What a camera angle, by the way. That was an amazing camera angle of just that wreck. Sheer chaos just coming out of 1 and 2. I do have a question for you. How many of our guys do we have left in the playoffs? Did any of them get taken out? Do we have any guys that are still running? Like, what's going on with this situation here?
I really think that...
Pretty sure all 4 of them, or 4, not counting Axel Smith, are still running.
I think Axel is the only one that's actually, like, technically... I mean, Chris Melton, but he's already locked in. He's out of tonight's race. And then Axel Smith is sitting 6 laps down. And then, well, Josh McCullough's in pit road. Does he have damage? Let's take a look at Josh.
I'm trying to check on that now. Doesn't look like it to me.
Yeah, he looks fine. Just trying to bide his time, I guess. We see Josh do this a lot. He sits at the back whenever he's in, like, a championship contending situation. He likes to ride in the back and then wait to come to the front. We see him do that basically every time this happens. Oh, he does that. He got a little bit of door damage on the 05, but that's not anything crazy. He should be fine to continue in the rest of this race. But so far, the rest of our playoff drivers, good break for those guys. Because they are somehow, for the most part, outside of Smith and Melton, still safe in what has been a wild race here tonight. But now, as we try to go back to green flag racing, it's a pair of 8 cars. Yeah, look what we got here. Steve Sizemore, the leader of the race, and Chase Mistretta on the outside line. With Austin Green, Sean Hilkowitz, who I thought had a completely dead race car a few crashes ago. Back up here, second row. Freddie Basnes, Jaron Haynes still hanging tough. Sean Corbett hanging tough also. Stallneck still up here. Cameron Craighead making his appearance known in the top 10. And then Wyatt Gray, who was just involved in a couple of cautions ago, is back up here into the top 10. Still got a lot of damage. You can see it back there for the 18 of Gray. If we could zoom in on that real quick, maybe not. It's kind of hard to see. There you go. Still got a little bit of that door damage for Gray, but still hanging tough up here, and we're going to try and do it again, come to 14 to go.
Yep, these boys are getting antsy. We got, what do you say, 15 to go here at the line. We'll be 14 when we take it. We got some of the cars here are lined up, some of the big hitters in the back. Man, you're going to see a lot of chaos coming through the field. And a lot of side-by-side, 3 wide, 4 wide, door side sucking, leaving people hanging. There's going to be a lot going on here. We got a short amount of time, 14 laps, baby. Now it's time to go. Now you strap the seatbelts in. Now you rock it to the front, baby. Whatever you got, it's go or no is what this is. So we're about to hear the pace cars about to come off pit road and take it away, Dawson.
You got to keep an eye on Josh McCullough here. He's behind the 8 ball. He's behind all 3 of those other cars. By the way, it's only now 4 cars racing for 3 spots with Axel Smith pretty much out of the race. I mean, he's still on track, but he is multiple laps down. It's basically 4 cars for 3 spots. 2 of them are in the top 10, and all 3 are inside the top 15. 14 to go. Green flag back in the air, and Sizemore off and running on the bottom as Mistretta waits for his push for Hilkowitz on the top.
Yeah, and he's starting to get it. It was an okay start from Mistretta on the outside, and really everyone else on the outside. And Mistretta's honestly going to be able to grab the right rear of Steve Sizemore here, and I would expect Chase Mistretta to come away with the lead here out of turn number 2. We'll await that as 2 very organized lines. Nobody really jumping out yet trying to make that 3rd lane work as Mistretta's going to take the lead.
Yeah, and as I could say, can I call him a fan favorite? I'm going to call him a fan favorite. Chase Mistretta to the point outside, leading that line. Oh, and they go down. Oh, Chase comes down to the bottom, and they're side sucking off. They're side sucking off in the 3 and 4, baby. That's what we want. He left them. That's what Hilkowitz made the move right there. And Chase is coming back on the outside as they split 3 wide. Watch Chase go high right here. Boom, block. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's super speedway racing at its finest.
I mean, that's the most obvious block I've ever seen if there was ever a spot. Where Mistretta's going to go back in the middle. Hilkowitz trying to get that spot. Mistretta said no, sir.
Crash in the back. Crash in the back.
Haynes in there crashing in the back.
Yeah, Danny Barnes in the 7. I thought...
What the hell was there?
I was about to say, when I saw Stallneck and Mistretta lined up together, that was a lethal combination because Stallneck's been really trying to take those right rears, and Mistretta was probably not going to let him have that. But Danny Barnes involved in a crash right here. Let's go back and take a look real quick. Oh, is that Stephen Miles getting a piece?
If you're mad at me, I'm sorry.
So there we go. That's one of our playoff drivers. He's already locked in, so no issue there, but indeed one of our playoff drivers involved in this crash. I don't think it's anything too significant.
I tried going in the middle, but then...
Let's take a look, as I'm assuming, is this Miles going to try and take Barnes' right rear here?
Yeah, what if I was him?
I mean, that gap's wide open. Listen to Chase in the background. And it's just somehow going to get Barnes up right there. We need a better angle of that.
Maybe potentially a little net code, maybe? Or did he just close the door on him?
I'm wondering if it is, because you could kind of see those two cars morphing into each other as the wreck was
Miles goes up to the
happening. Hey, well, hold on.
There is clear to
there is some guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Turns himself there, so they in the 7.
They called it on Danny Barnes, but let's go on board with Stephen Miles. Because, I mean, Stephen Miles obviously doing absolutely nothing wrong here. He's got a wide open lane to take one of these spots right here, and then, yeah. I don't know. I guess so. It was tight quarters no matter what.
Can you get a view from the blimp maybe on top?
Yeah, we tried that. Couldn't really see much from that angle. Maybe at the chopper? Ooh, this could be good.
Oh, yeah. Little netcode and the door closing. I'd say it's a little bit of both probably, but the netcode had a lot to do with it for sure.
Yeah, that crash I think was going to happen anyway, whether the netcode was there or not. But Miles is going to get away fine. I mean, he might have 20 seconds of damage. Danny Barnes, we saw him.
Make sure you are not.
I think he towed his car away. Yeah, he does. That's a tough break for Danny Barnes. I didn't think his damage was that bad.
0.5
but that will be the end of the night for Danny Barnes, as well as there's really not much else to look at. Everyone's still on 2 to go here. We'll be coming to 1 to go this time. Chase Mastretta, Sean Hilkowitz, Matthew Stallneck, Steve Sizemore, Wyatt Gray, Jared Haynes, Austin Green, Hunter Hastings, Freddie Basnez, Sean Corbett, rounding out the field right now. And we're going to do something that I've never personally done on a broadcast before. We're going to take a commercial break real quick with 11 laps to go. Shades of NASCAR on Fox, right? But at least we're under caution. So we're going to take a quick break right here on PGR eSports, and we will return very shortly for the conclusion of tonight's Light Series race.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point. Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
We will run! We will run! Ladies and gentlemen, we got the monkey is prime!
This season, we are hydrated.
The official sports drink of the UFC. It's time!
Oh, that's good.
Green flag is in the air. We are racing.
Three by three.
trouble. Around goes Alex Hill. On into the outside wall goes Hill. They're wrecking big time out back. We're not going to throw a caution. To the finish. Who gets it at the line? Cody Nagels wins it at Talladega.
Welcome back to the PGR Lite Series. We have returned with 9 laps of racing to go here, and we're going to try and round this one off with Chase Mastretta, the leader of the race, Sean Hilkowitz, to his outside. We've got this nice little drone camera for this restart. Look at Matthew Stolnick behind Chase Mastretta on that bottom line. As they approach the Geico restart zone, we are racing once more here at Talladega. Big, strong jump from Chase Mastretta on the bottom side of the racetrack. Going to be able to clear Hilkowitz into turn number 1 and grab that ever-elusive outside line.
Yeah, a little huge stack up there on the start, but no harm, no foul. Everybody's clean, and they're on the way here. Chase out with a huge lead out front as they start to suck up. Watch him to jump to the outside to maybe block the outside line, and he does not. He stays to the bottom as the outside comes away with a huge run. Hilkowitz to the lead, going down to the backstretch.
Well, it's partly because the outside got a better push, but also partly because Stolnick was offset, and Stolnick got hung in the middle. He's going to lose 10, 12, 14 spots here in the middle. Nobody going with him. He's going all the way to the tail end of the lead draft. Up front, Hilkowitz, Sizemore side by side. Mastretta now relegated to third on the inside, and it's Jared Haynes, the 007, trying to race his way to the round of 8. Doing a good job right now. But with 8 to go, man, the move's out. Back trouble. That's going to go in the wall. Hennings, Green, and others involved in another crash. Our 9th caution of the night.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what this was, and I hate to call him out as bluntly as that was, but I mean, he knows it's on him. Austin Green, that was a horrible misjudgment from Austin Green. The move he just tried to make on Nash Brambilla. That's exactly what that was.
Oh. Trying to clear looking in the mirror.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Landon. Watching the replay right as it happened. Yeah, yikes.
Yeah, that's just a tough move by Austin Green right there. But it's an easy move to make sometimes. It's just kind of you're kind of in your zone and you just misjudge something. But this is a pretty big misjudgment from Austin Green. I mean, wow, right up into Nash Brambilla, and that's gonna cause this big crash. Tucker McClendon gets a piece of it. John Darnell, Quentin Steinbach, as well. And it looks like others are gonna get away okay. There was a little bit of a development of the crash further ahead of this. I'm trying to see who that was. Probably around the 23 in Nash Brambilla. So we can look at him real quick. See, Nash doing a great job.
Ridiculous save.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tank slapped the outside wall. He might be okay, though. He hit it pretty square. And in these cars, if you hit it square enough, you usually can get away. Now, I can't see the right side of that car, so I'm not entirely sure, but he might be okay. Oh, my. Sorry, guys. I got a little bit of chaos under Green here, but, or live, should I say.
Okay, but really?
Well, they were all just stopped on the racetrack. We're all good now.
Okay.
No, I think Nash should be fine. Again, I haven't gotten to look at the right side of that car. He's going to come to pit road. To me, though, looks like he just dinged it. I think he's fine.
Yeah, it's going to be good for Austin Green. Nash Brambilla as well. I mean, I don't know. Nash might have a little bit of wheel damage from that, the way he's slapped into the wall. James Wagner gets a piece. So does Brian Hennings, but I think they're both going to be away okay. Same could be said for, I believe, Michael Barksdale in the 29 car. As you see him kind of on the right side of your screen trying to get away from it. Quentin Steinbach might be okay, too. It's kind of just tough to say. Sometimes these cars can be sensitive. Let's take a look at both of those drivers real quick. Barksdale, we'll focus this on him. As you see him leading that third lane, and he's, going to get into Wagner, trying to avoid Brambilla, down into Hennings. But again, it just shouldn't be any horrible damage for any of these drivers. Sorry.
Hey, Landon, I have a little request. Can you go back there to the guy in the flag stand? I have a little something to say about him.
This guy?
I just want to let you know,
yeah.
this guy right here, he has been waving this flag all night. And all night, for at least 7+ cautions, he did not drop the flag like Michael Waltrip did at the All-Star race. He's been aggressively throwing this flag all night. And this boy here deserves the MVP of the race. Look at that aggression, that passion, that love for the sport. He's out there doing his job. Shout out to the official in the flag stand.
Doing it for the love of the game. No, it's funny you bring up the Michael Waltrip thing. Something that would only happen in money racing, in my opinion. If we'd have somebody drop the flag, there's been nights in money racing, I feel like the flag man would have dropped the flag. Maybe that's just me. I mean, some of these races, man, I don't know. They just go that way sometimes. But funny you brought that up. That was something.
We're taking a look at some of these drivers right now. Look at Nash Brambilla just steering his car in his pit box. Stephen Miles in 24 car in pit road as well. Brambilla launches away with still some right front damage, it looks like. Austin Floyd still trying to fix his damage from a couple cautions ago. Danny Barnes back on the racetrack, just 4 laps down. And is actually the first of the lap down cars. And that's kind of strange to see that. The first cars not on the lead lap is 4 laps down. I'm not sure how that happened for Danny Barnes, but everyone else is going to get away okay. We're still looking at Nash here. Let's take a look at Austin Green. Still got that door damage for Austin Green. And really got nothing other than a paint chip in this last caution. But we're on 1 to go. And I don't want to say it, but I'm a broadcaster, so I feel like I have to.
I don't want to be in bed right now.
Shout out to Steve Sizemore.
Yes, sir.
I mean, what a terrific run this has been for Steve Sizemore in this race tonight. He got a little bit of damage in a couple of crashes, but overall he's run up front this entire race and has shown a tremendous skill set here tonight. Leader with coming to 5 laps to go here. A great run for Steve, and it'd be great if he could finish this one out. And Jared Haynes, too. Jared has been up front this entire race, it feels like, in that 007 for the Jack Shack. Sean Hilkowitz involved in some cautions early. Back up in 3rd. Freddie Baznez quietly hanging in there. We expect to see him up here. And then Chase Mastretta, up there in 5th. Sean Corbett, too, 6th. Great run for him all night in the top 10. Hunter Hastings up here, Craighead Sprinkle, and then Wyatt Gray with his damaged race car up here in the 7th position right now. Is a lots of great stories really up here in this top 10.
Yep, we got a lot of big hitters in the back right now, and a couple of guys. I'd like to shout out Jared Haynes, the most reserved driver that I know, and it works, which is why he's 2nd on the outside. Steve Sizemore, amazing, but they got some hitters behind them. Freddie Bazinez and Hilkowitz, who's been doing great, and Chase Mastretta right behind him. So we're going to see what these guys do here. Pace car is pulling off of the super speedway, and Dawson, go ahead and take it away, brother, for hopefully maybe the last caution of this race.
Well, you jinxed it again, Trev, I'm afraid, but 5 laps to go. 4 drivers for 3 spots. Reminder, in the championship, 2 of them running back around 9th and 10th. Josh McCullough is back in 19th. They are all chasing Jared Haynes. Green flag back in the air. 5 to go, and they're wrecking on the restart almost. Brock Westmoreland, Cameron Craighead, right around those championship drivers. Everybody gets away, and it is a picture-perfect restart for Steve Sizemore. He'll go to the point, have his choice of lane in 1. They're door-banging for 25th place.
Well, looking at Steve Sizemore, he needs to go up here, but he's going to stay on the bottom side of the racetrack, it looks like, but he's going to receive a push from Cameron Craighead and Chase Mastretta. Wyatt Gray crashing in the back. They save it. Big crash.
Oh, they're gonna
Brian Hinnings, and the yellow flag is out immediately.
Don't wreck. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop saying it. That was insane.
Wow. Guys, I think that one could have been held in the flag stand.
Yeah, I agree. That was just a one-car spin, and I don't know, but remember.
Yeah, we changed the rules, Matt.
Did he hit anybody?
I don't think he did. I think he spun clean across the racetrack.
I know. Running. Listen to the mic real quick.
We're gonna call them. They just
yeah, that's what I thought. Running these last few races, they have changed it up a little bit. If it does create a stack for some of the guys in the back that'll fall off of the field, they will throw the caution for it.
Rare L with all the new rules. I think we should.
It's just a tough break because I don't know if any championship guys would have been affected by that. I'm not sure where Josh McCullough was running, but
Josh was involved in this crash.
Next year, you
that is weird. From Brian hit. Hold on, let's go back. Ignore that just popped up on the screen. I don't know why that happened.
There's none, so I'm excited.
The old driver update.
Yeah, the driver update. Apologies for that.
Bro.
Oh boy.
Look at that. That
Wow.
weird little bit of netcode or something.
That's new. Holy crap.
I'll actually be able to broadcast this week.
I don't know. Let's go on board, Brian.
Special event and everything. It's amazing.
I'm speechless, Landon. Let me tell you, I've been on this platform
Can we give each
for
other
going on
some
10
room?
years, probably longer than that now, going on 15. I have never in my life seen a crash like that.
Yeah, I mean that just the second he hit Chris Carter, it just
I'll
whipped him around.
Kind of crazy.
So strange to see that from Brian.
What
Let's look at the
world?
origins of this crash, which was really the 05 of Josh McCullough. Let's take it up top and take a look. He tries to get down in front of Chris Carter, not even close to clear. It's going to spin him down into miles with a healthy bit of netcode to boot, and that's actually going to work out tremendous for them. But Chris Carter gets checked up from that, and that's how Brian Hennings just gets spun like a top off the back bumper of Chris Carter. That's so strange. I'm with you, Doss. I've never seen anything like that before.
Unfortunate for Brian Hennings, just kind of being an innocent bystander, him just trying to stay clean and get out of it. And then I don't know what, maybe a little net code, maybe he blended into his car and it just shot him out of it. But yeah, I'm with y'all. That was definitely a weird wreck, which unfortunately ended Brian Hennings' night.
Yeah, I don't even know what am I supposed to say. I don't even. I gotta imagine in the car. I don't know if you've gone on board with him yet, but I gotta imagine that was wild.
5.5.
Part of me wants to hear from him. I don't know if we'll have time, but part of me wants to kind of hear from him and just be like, man, what was that like? I've never in my life.
We'll have time. I want to get one more quick onboard. Actually, I believe of Danny Barnes behind him in this,
What are the
because
odds that
he's
we wreck inside the top 10 here?
it looks like he gets a good view of this.
99%.
Oh! Right, life flashing before the eyes of Danny Barnes right there. Wow, that was crazy. But let's go back live, and we'll get a word with Brian real quick as he sits in pit lane. Let me try and drag him up here very quickly. Hey, Brian Henning, as the boys in the booth, do you have a copy?
What we have?
Yeah, I just heard it was called on me. Fun.
No, not there.
That was called on you?
I thought I heard him call it on me. I don't know.
Keep track of them anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I know I did get into Steinbach, and I bumped Steinbach into the wall. I do know that.
Yeah, but that wasn't even close to your fault.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we brought you up here because that was a very strange crash. It's like you somehow netcoded into Chris Carter's bumper, and when he like slapped his car back down, it just sent you spinning sideways.
Yeah, I know. I broke my left front, so I just immediately hit the tow button, and I'm just here for moral support for old Rambilla and Westmoreland, so I'm just going to be their eyes in the sky.
Yeah, guys, keep in mind.
Oh, that's good.
Here.
I really hope that wasn't called on you, because that's...
I'll make sure we keep it clean here all the way around.
I'll hold my tongue. What was your race up to this point?
I mean, I don't know, hit and miss. I mean, I had damage early on, and still had a minute something of damage, and somehow made it damn near up to the front. So damage obviously wasn't everything. I mean, it was a fun race. I mean, I love this car, but there's just been too many stupid wrecks this race.
Went to overtime when you guys passed the line.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. Well, that's the word from Brian Hennings. Unfortunately, taken out in a late crash here, but will be transferring on to the round of 8. We appreciate you talking to us.
Thanks, guys. See you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Sir.
About to be a big
there we go. That's odd all the way around of what we just saw here on the racetrack. We'll go back up here. Steve Sizemore still the leader of the race. This time with a little bit of a shakeup behind him. Instead of Jared Haynes on the outside of him, it's now Sean Hilkowitz. Jared Haynes finds himself behind the 8 of Sizemore, and then it's Chase Mastretta behind Sean Hilkowitz. Now, gentlemen, remember Sean Hilkowitz left Chase Mastretta out to dry earlier. How fitting it is that they line up in the order that they are lined up in now.
Oh, brother. It's time, baby. 3 to go. It's all the money on the line, baby. They're going to be racing like it's going to cancel their Venmo accounts right now. You're going to see blocks. You're going to see right rears getting grabbed. Oh, man, I'm not going to say it, but we already know what we might see. So, once again, hopefully, for the last time, the pace car will pull off of the track and head down pit road as Steve Sizemore and Hilkowitz take you into the tri-oval for the start here. And go ahead, Dawson Wise.
But the caution flag is thrown in the next 2.66 laps. This race is over. If we get to the white flag, it will be raced out under green. Green flag back in the air. It's another great restart for Sizemore, but this time the help not there as much. If he can get clear of Hilkowitz, oh man, that bottom line's fading. He's got to get up now. He's got to go. Not going to be able to. Here comes his help. Haynes on the bottom. Hilkowitz, Mistretta, Corbett on the outside. Meanwhile, guys, out back, Craighead and McCullough, 18th and 19th, racing for the final playoff spot.
Sizemore still holding the edge over Sean Hilkowitz. It's not going to last for long. Hilkowitz with the momentum on the top lane of the racetrack out of turn number 2. Crazy racing in the back of the field right now, but look at Matthew Stallnecht. Who else in that number 41 car making that third lane work, and Casey Sprinkle hops up there to block him.
Oh, yeah, we got Sprinkle there on the outside leading the third line. We're now 3 wide. We're now coming out of 4. Baby, we're going to have us a race here, hopefully, when we get here to the start-finish line. Freddie Bass in the jump. Jared Haynes with the block, leaving out Steve Sizemore and Jared Haynes to the lead, baby, taking the white flag.
1 lap to go. It's official. We're going to race it all the way out. Haynes throwing blocks left and right. Here comes Mistretta to the outside. Bassinez will block him. Haynes goes high. Trouble out back. It involves championship cars. Up front, Haynes, Bassinez, Mistretta. Breakaway for the lead. Haynes got to block all different ways here off turn number 2 down the Alabama Gang Super Stretch. There's a block on Mistretta. Mistretta playing nice for now, not for long. Haynes got to drop back down. Mistretta on top. Where did Sean Corbett come from? And Brock Westmoreland as well as they hit 3.
And Wyatt Gray with a great comeback for the ages, involved in an early crash in the middle part of the race. Brock Westmoreland topside, trying to get around. Sean Corbett hung out to dry in the middle lane of the racetrack. Jared Haynes, keep an eye on him. What's he going to do here? Freddie Bassinez behind him. He tandems, Chase blocks. Haynes to the bottom. Mistretta's still blocking him. Nobody home for Chase Mistretta will win the PGR Lite Series race. Round of 10, the first playoff race for Chase Mistretta. First win in the PGR Lite Series. How about that? And for those who don't know the story, Chase Mistretta has unfortunately become a free agent. As of recent, no longer affiliated with Nightmare Esports, and what a way for him to come back after a little bit of a hiatus after that news. And Chase Mistretta comes home your winner here at Talladega Superspeedway. What a run for him here tonight.
Hey, I made it too.
Man, I don't even know what to say. What a finish! Holy crap! That was everything what we needed to get rid of whatever happened earlier. Holy crap! Chase Mistretta, like I said, the fan favorite here tonight. He's gonna go ahead and burn it down, baby, and well deserved. Burn that Joker down, the number 8 junior. Old school throwback to that Chevrolet, and he's gonna go ahead and fucking just blow that thing up, baby. Well deserved.
Yeah, it's a big win for Chase. Again, a guy who's waited, paid his dues in this series and others, and just for whatever reason, the luck, and it goes a long way in these series. You have to have a lot of luck, and for some reason, it just had never found Chase Mistretta. Tonight, though, you figured it was coming. He ran well enough to put himself in position and gets a huge win. And he may celebrate till this thing drops the engine out the bottom of that, or the front of that race car, and he just did. He just torpedoes the engine, celebrating. Shows you how much that means to him. Big win for Chase.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome to see this from Chase Mistretta here tonight. Just a great comeback, feel-good win for Mr. Mistretta. There you hear the word from Evan Carlbond. Hey, I'm not going to disagree with him. I know we're broadcasters or whatever, but Chase deserves to be exempt, and I think he just proved that here tonight. That is awesome to see this win for Chase Mistretta. We'll go ahead and go through these final results for you here tonight. Dawson, if you could help me out with these, that would be tremendous. Chase Mistretta, the winner of tonight's race. Freddie Bassinez comes home with a P2. Jared Haynes, 3rd. Brock Westmoreland will finish 4th. Wyatt Gray, 5th. Sean Hilkowitz, 6th. Sean Corbett, 7th. Hunter Hastings, 8th. John Darnell, 9th. And Cameron Craighead, 10th.
Elijah Palmeter 11th, Cameron Hackett
And you had
12th,
no
Stephen
help
Miles
on that.
13th, Josh McCullough somehow, someway he was 25th 10 laps ago. He'll race for a championship. By the way, Jared Haynes out of 3rd. He will race in as well. Richard Elliott goes 15th tonight with Nash Brambilla in 16th. Michael Barksdale 17th, Mark Vondell 18th, Quentin Steinbach back in 19th, and Austin Green rounds out the top 20.
21st, we got Jackson Bice, Austin Floyd 22nd, Matthew Stallneck 23rd, Steve Sizemore 24th, Casey Sprinkle 25th, James Wagner 26th, Tucker McClendon 27th, Chris Carter 28th, 29th will be Axel Smith, and Denny Barnes will finish 30th.
Next round, but
Brian Hennings, tough run for him, 31st for him tonight. Asher Little in 32nd. Chris Melton, 33rd's not what he wanted, but certainly no sweat for him. He'll race in a couple weeks, in the round of 8. Nick Seipel in 34th tonight. James Waring back in 35th. Evan Carlbon in 36th. Final car on the field, Grant Gutter in the 10 in 37th.
There we go. That is how it all shook out here tonight. 10 cautions in the way of getting to the finish line here tonight. But at the end of the day, it is the 8 of Chase Mastretta, the winner of tonight's race. And if you will stand by with us, for just a quick moment, we will grab your top 3 finishers for interviews. We will be right back from Talladega. Welcome back to Talladega Superspeedway. We got your top 3 finishers down there in the interview waiting room. We're first going to pull up our 3rd place finisher tonight, Jared Haynes, and Trevor Osmorow stands by with him.
Good race. Jared, brother. Jared Young. Jared Haynes in the booth, man. This is Trevor. What's going on, man? You got a solid 3rd place finish here, man. Can you walk us through what happened there, what you could have done better, maybe possibly get a dub here?
Yeah, man. Hell of a race to begin with. Was able to stay up front the whole race, up in the top 10, top 5. There at the end, I had Freddie. We were talking to him. He was sticking with me. I got up in front of Chase on the high end, and he gave me a little bit off center of a bump. Otherwise, I would have been able to keep it in front of him and keep throwing blocks, but it threw me down the track. And so I had nowhere else to go but Freddie. Otherwise, I would have just got turned. But yeah, hell of a race. I mean, I give Chase his flowers. He did a hell of a job there. So I'll take a
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, that's right. Take a P3, and if I'm not mistaken, you were a transfer driver, and I'm pretty sure you just transferred in, brother. If I'm mistaken. Go ahead and take it back to the Jack Shack, baby. The Jack Shack's rocking tonight. I'm going to be as biased as possible with this interview. Good job, man. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Love to see you out there kicking butt. So thank you, brother. You got anybody you want to thank, any sponsors, anything like that?
PGR for throwing on the race. Of course, Jack Shack. Hell of teammates in here, man. As y'all saw, Evan got wrecked out, and he still chose to stay in there and end up spotting for me. Wouldn't been able to stay up front there like the last 15 laps without him spotting, so I appreciate Evan. Y'all from broadcasting, and let's get it. On to the next.
That's right. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Next up, we will have our 2nd place finisher tonight, Freddie Bazinez, and Dawson Wise will speak to him. Here he is. Freddie, boys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up, Landon and Dawson and Trevor?
Well, look, Freddie, obviously, it's been a good season for you, and coming into tonight, not as much pressure as, Jared and guys like that were racing their way in. So maybe not as much of a, I have something to lose more than, hey, just keep the momentum going into the round of 8. You come up a little bit short. Thought you may have had the race-winning move in the tri-oval. Not quite, as the bottom does not quite open up for you. Take me through your race. How you feel in a second place finish headed into next week? Excuse me. How's that feel for you?
Pretty happy about the second place finish. I mean, I could have won that. I made a bad move entering one, but it's whatever. I'm cool with it. I still made a good amount of money. Yeah, the whole race, just yellows really. We had one green flag run. That was pretty good. Me and Nick were dominating that run. So I hope it would have stayed green right there, but it didn't, which is fine. I hope he was expecting it to. And then really after that point, just yellows, and then fuel was a point in the race, and then it wasn't. So yeah, just in that last restart, I'm pretty sure I restarted 5th. I was just trying to push Jared to push Sizemore out front. Really all of us out front so we clear up and then pass Sizemore, which he did actually pretty good except for the last lap. And then so yeah, I mean, entering turn 1, I was in P2, I was on top, and I don't know why I went down. I mean, I saw more cars, and I saw the third lane starting to come in. I thought that would kill the middle, and then they all wrecked behind, so that kind of killed the bottom. And that, I feel like if I didn't make that move, I could have probably won the race or been a little bit closer. And then from there, when Jared got in front of me, I just tried to push him as much as possible, and then to the line, I would have tried to put him to a win or something, but I mean, there was no point. You wouldn't have gotten it. He was too far back, so I just tried to get P2, which I did. So it was a fun race. Thanks to everybody there at the end for not wrecking. Thanks to my teammates, of course, Miles and Nick Sipel. So yeah.
Well, look, real quick before we let you go, do want to ask, look, a week off now, 2 weeks to prepare, but now in 2 weeks, the pressure's on you and the other 4 winners. What's the mindset? What's the confidence level going into the round of 8 as you start your run here for a Light Series championship?
For me, it's just the same thing as always. Just try to run up front and win the race. I mean, I'm not really going to drive it any differently as like staying in the back or anything. I always like to be up front, not to get collected in that mid-pack drama. So just going to be calm about it and hopefully win the championship.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Freddie, congrats on the second place finish. Thanks for talking to us. Go enjoy it. Go celebrate. We'll see you in 2 weeks for the round of 8.
Yeah, thank you guys.
That's the word from second place finisher Freddie Baznez. And next up, and I'm just going to say it, I'm looking forward to this.
Hold on to your hats for this interview, fellas. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hold on to your hats for this one. A language warning in advance as well, by the way. Let's go ahead and put that out there right now.
This will be
the myth, the legend, baby.
Yeah, this one's rated R for whoever's watching out there. Let's bring him up. Chase Mastretta, the winner of tonight's race. Do you have a copy?
What's up, boys?
Oh wow, you don't seem as happy as I thought you were gonna be. I'm happy. I'm on top of the world right now. How was your race?
Bro, I've been time traveling today. I flew from Mississippi to Atlanta, back to Colorado. I'm tired. It was a very long race. Unfortunately, I had one outburst, but as everybody could see, that was very warranted. And Mike fucked up. He admitted to it and fixed it. Had to work my way back from 25th. That wasn't fun with all the yellows. Honestly, I just got to thank Freddie for not staying up.
Well, I mean, it was a great race ran by you tonight. You've managed to avoid all the chaos. You had one crazy wreck avoidance early in the race. And what did it really take at the end of this thing to hammer it home?
I was just driving that motherfucker tonight. I don't know how else to tell y'all. I was just driving.
Well, sometimes it's as simple as that, and I guess that's really it. It is pretty simple. Go ahead and give out your thanks and your shout-outs.
I want to shout out Corbett. I was working with Corbett there in Discord. He was with me. Hell of a push. Got me clear, and then, unfortunately, he just got left out to dry. That was pretty shitty, but didn't want to wreck Jared, so I was only going to throw one block. So if he would have had the run and went back for it, I probably would have just let him have it. Didn't want to wreck us. But luckily, when I threw the block, he lost his run completely. So I knew from there I had it.
There we go. That is the word from tonight's winner, Chase Mastretta. Congrats, and we appreciate you talking to us.
Yes, sir.
That's not what I was expecting, but I guess when you fly that much in one day and then come back and win this PGR Lite race, it could wear you out, especially with how long this one was tonight. But we congratulate him, of course, on his victory here tonight. And I guess, Trev, we'll start with you. What was your overall takes on this race?
Man, well, we talked about it before the race started. These cars create massive runs, generates massive runs, and it was either going to be really good or really bad, which at the end of it, I mean, it provided an amazing finish, but all throughout the race, of course, caution fest, which is kind of what we expected a little bit. But no fault to anybody. That's just a product of the racing and trying to learn the cars, get better and better. This is what the Light Series is for. Light Series is for these guys to come in here and just figure it out. So can't be mad at them for that. What a way to finish it off, man. Chase Mastretta, I called him the fan favorite, which is probably not the best thing to call him, but I called him the fan favorite. And somebody that really deserves that win for sure is him. So I said, got to give him his flowers, man. That's what Jared said. Give him his flowers. He definitely put on a show. He was up there all throughout the race. He got set back, came back to the front, took the dub. Got to give a little shout out to Jared Haynes, too, man. And like I said, most reserved driver I know, but it works. And that shows there with his P3 finish. Freddie Bazinez, Fast Freddy, P2. I mean, what else can you say about him? He's just fast. I think he even had an EOL or a pit stop penalty for speeding. So Fast Freddy, shout out to Fast Freddy. And Sizemore. I don't know where he ended up finishing, but boy, oh boy, he was up in front almost the entire half of that race, last half of the race. And shout out to him, man. I know you kind of got caught up in something there towards the end, but hey, man, good run for you. And hey, I mean, what can you say, man? It's the Light Series, baby. Time to light it up. I'm ready for next week. I'm ready. We got some guys that transferred in here from the points. It's going to be beating and banging. It's going to be shoving and hoving. I'm ready, man. Dawson, what do you think there, brother?
What does hoving mean, Trev? I don't really know what that word means. Also, you're already ready for next week? Brother, we don't race next week. We're off next week. I see what you mean. Hey. Anyway, look, new car track, not really new, but a newer car track combo. It's not one that these guys run a lot. And look, you kind of expect there was going to be some madness, some crashes. That's common. It happened on Thursday, too. So kind of expected that. We still ended up getting a really good finish. And you know, Trev, you said fan favorite. The word I'm looking for Chase is polarizing, I think is the right word to use. If you love him, you love him a lot. If you don't, you definitely do not. And look, we need drivers like that in money racing. Those are the guys that bring eyeballs, right? Those are the guys that get people watching. If we were all boring, we'd all be Chase Elliott. No, I'm kidding. I make a joke. No, but nonetheless, Chase Mastretta, that's a big win. Look, a couple weeks after the license lists come out, he was not very appreciative of where he was placed. Thought he should have been on a different one. What's the best way to make a statement without actually saying anything? You go out and take the checkered flag at one of the first opportunities you get. I mean, it's a mic drop. You don't have to say anything. Chase doesn't have to say anything now. He can just say, hey, look at what I just did. Maybe perhaps there's some changes. Maybe just a little walk-off moment for Chase Mastretta for the competition committee to take a look at, perhaps. Good race. It was fun. Great finish. Chaotic. For the guys in the championship next week, Jared Haynes, that's a great run for him. Can't say enough about, just staying up front. You heard Freddie talk about it. That's what Jared did tonight. He was up front all night. Controlled what he could control. Let the rest happen around him, and it worked. He finished in a good enough spot. Cameron Craighead, talk about underdog run. This is a guy none of us really knew before this season started. He's in the round of 8 next week as well. And Josh McCullough, a former Little Guy Series champ, he's advancing to the round of 8 as well. Tough break for Casey Sprinkle and Axel Smith, both collected in incidents, but this round of 8, there are some fun storylines coming up in a couple weeks' time.
Yeah, 100%. And in a couple of weeks, we will be racing. Let me pull that back up real quick. Apologies. Yeah, we are off next week, and then we'll be back on June 2nd for the Xfinity Series at Talladega. That will be the round of 8. And then June 9th, ARCA at Daytona will be the championship round. So lots coming up in the PGR Lite Series. We appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. It was one of the races of all time. I think that's the best way to say it. But we congratulate Chase Mastretta on his first career PGR Lite Series win. And we will see you tomorrow night for RMR, Ron Morris Racing's the next race in Tuesday Night Thunder, probably Wednesday as well. And then we'll obviously see you Thursday night for the Talladega Superspeedway Series. And then we won't be back next Monday. That's right, we are off. So either way, we appreciate you tuning in. And we will see y'all next time here for the next chapter in the PGR Lite Series.
Let it up! Lit fuse, no brakes, we don't play safe. Back in the pack, now we punching in the main stage. Draft team cut low like a blaze. Great slide jumps hit like an 808 bass wave. Rip it, break it, burn it down. Low roll dust in the crowd. Light it up, we don't stop, we blow past record clutch. Light it, break it, burn it down. PGR in the rearview now. They ain't touch. Light it up. On the rearview now, they ain't touch. Light it up. On your doors with a death wish drift. Light it up. Light it up. Check a flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and pack